The New York Knicks just got a double dose of great news when it comes to the injury report focused on these two players as the Knicks get ready to take on the Minnesota Timberwolves this week. If you're ready, though, for Landry Shamet and Mitchell Robinson to be back healthy, get back in the lineup, and help this team stack some W's, hit that thumbs up icon right now. You're watching Knicks Now by Chat Sports. I am your host, Marshall Green. I appreciate everybody for stopping by. As we react to the latest injury news that circles around this basketball team, we're going to start with Mitchell Robinson, then we'll close with Landry Shamet as he was back in action with the G League New York Knicks, which tells me his return to the big league Knicks is right around the corner. Let's start, though, with the Blockness Monster, as Mitchell Robinson was live on TikTok yesterday, and he said, recovery's going well. Could give a little inside secret. I was running on a treadmill today. Mitchell Robinson starting to run. I'm sure contact drills at practice and 5-on-5s are the next step. But this is an awesome, really just development in his rehab from both of those major ankle injuries, two of them in the last 12 months. That tells me that his return is closer than maybe we would have anticipated. Following the report that came from Shams Charania last week that we broke down on the channel, that's why you subscribe. Shams Charania, now of ESPN, formerly of The Athletic, he said that Mitchell Robinson would be out until late January, and it may even be February when he comes back. Then Tom Thibodeau, the very next day at his media availability, he was asked by New York Knicks media members about the Shams Charania report, and Tibbs did what Tibbs does. I haven't heard that. I haven't heard that. Robinson's taking his injury rehab day at a time. He's progressing. He's doing what he's doing. And he's on track to get back to where he needs to be when he needs to be. So Tibbs pushed back on the idea that Robinson would not be back until late January. And now that we have heard from the horse's mouth that he is starting to run, maybe he could be back pretty soon. And that would be a major boost for this New York Knicks lineup. As we know, when healthy. That's the key when discussing Robinson. When healthy, because he has played more than 60 games just one time in each of the last 4 seasons. So when healthy, we know that he could be a very impactful player. I'll never forget what he did in the first round of the 2023 playoffs versus the Cleveland Cavaliers. He dominated Jared Allen. He made Evan Mobley look little. He had a game where he had 10-plus offensive rebounds. He was all over the floor. He was electric. And this is a guy that's an elite rebounder, the best offensive rebounder in the NBA, and an above-average to good rim protector and shot blocker. But like we talked about, he's got to be healthy. And sometimes the best ability is availability. And Robinson has just not been that throughout his New York Knicks tenure. So the question I have is, can Tom Thibodeau, Leon Rose, and the New York Knicks afford to rely on Mitchell Robinson? Can you rely on him, one, to get healthy, then to stay healthy? Like, he's going to eventually be right. He's going to be out there playing soon, but can he then stay healthy? With the way that he plays, the aggressive nature, willing to throw his body on the line, banging down low with all the bigs, pause. Can he stay healthy after he gets healthy? I hope so. I really do, because he would be a boost to this team. There's one thing I still think the Knicks lack. It's a big off the bench for when Cat is hurt or in foul trouble, and another wing off the bench. And Robinson, he could be that guy. But I don't know if the Knicks can wait, and I don't know if the Knicks should trust him. I mean, he broke the news on TikTok Live. How old are we? My question to you is, what to do with Mitchell Robinson? Should you keep him, or should you trade him? I believe the Knicks should trade him. You got $14 million in salary. You're not going to be able to add anyone over the next 2 years that has more money on their contract, meaning you're not going to be able to send more money out in a trade over the next 2 years unless you break up the core. I can't trust him. So I would trade him, but let me know what you think. I'll admit it, though. If healthy, he is a big addition. He checks a couple of boxes of the things that he can do that a lot of people on this team cannot do, that really nobody on this team can do. He's done a good job on Joel Embiid in the playoffs before. But, man, it's risky to put all of your eggs in the basket of Mitchell Robinson is going to come help us if healthy. It's a very risky business. I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do. I think that they are listening and making trade calls, though, as we record this video. Coming up next, Landry Shamet Remember, he dislocated his shoulder, did not have surgery back in the preseason, and it sounds like he could be playing for the New York Knicks very soon. We'll break that down in a second, but first, I got to tell you guys about our proud sponsor, GameTime. If you're looking for tickets to go to a sporting event, a concert, a theater event, or something of that kind, download the GameTime app, create an account, use the promo code ChatSports, and get $20 off your first purchase where terms do apply. GameTime is the best ticketing app out there. I know that when I use GameTime, I am going to get the best seats for the lowest prices guaranteed. I also love the features like the prices drop as the events get closer. They specialize in last-minute tickets. You get to see your seat view when deciding which tickets you want to buy, and you get to have views from the seats inside the app. It's an awesome app. It's the only one I use now. I've gone to NBA games. I've been to the Home Run Derby. I've been to concerts. I've been to NFL games. And I am always thrilled when I use GameTime because I know I'm getting the best seats for the lowest price guaranteed. If you use that all-in pricing feature as well as the GameTime Picks feature, you are guaranteed to get the best deal out there. Love the all-in pricing. Price you see is the price you pay. No hidden fees when you get to checkout. I think that is something that we can all appreciate. So, if you want to save $20 off the next time you buy some tickets, use our promo code, ChatSports. So download the app, create an account, use the promo code CHATSPORTS for $20 off your first purchase where terms do apply. Support the show, support the sponsor, be a real one. What time is it? It is game time. All righty, Landry Shamet, an injury update here. He has been rehabbing from that dislocated shoulder that happened in preseason, has not played yet in the NBA, but he did play in the G League last night for the New York Knicks. He was a part of the Westchester Knicks last night, and that tells me he's ready for game action, and he may be seeing game action for the big league Knicks here very, very soon. He played in 19 minutes for Westchester last night, scored 10 points, was 4 of 10 from the field. He got up 8 threes. That's a specialty of his. That's the reason he's still in the league at this point, is his ability to knock down the three. Didn't do that all that well last night, just 2 of 8, shot 25% from there. Did have 3 rebounds and 1 assist. But this is good news because, one, it adds another NBA player to this team, another guy that's a lethal three-point shooter. But most importantly, it extends your bench rotation. And I was talking to Patrick Seatman earlier about before I filmed this video, and he let me know that the New York Knicks have the least amount of bench minutes played in like the last 20 years or something like that. So, yeah, they need to go out and they need to have some more people play off the bench. And Shamet could be a guy that Tom Thibodeau trusts. I mean, if you go back and you listen to the press conferences of Tibbs following the preseason games this year, he was very complimentary of Landry Shamet. He talked about him being a pro, talked about him being a veteran, talked about him being a guy that could shoot the ball from 3. And he does that. This is someone that in 2021, 2022, he shot 37.1% from downtown. In 2020 and 2021, he shot 36.8% from downtown. This is a guy that shot above 40% from downtown in his career. And when you talk about him being just a catch-and-shoot three-point guy, he's one of the best in the association. Last year, he shot 37.4% on catch-and-shoot threes. He shot 40.4% in 2022, 39% in 2021, 42.3% in 2020, and 39% in 2019. This is a guy that if he gets a clean look from the rim, which he's going to get a lot of for the Knicks, a lot of attention going to Brunson and Cat and OG and Hart and McHale, they're going to get a lot of open looks if Shamet does play, and I think he's going to be able to knock him down. One thing I do worry about, though, if Shamet does become a part of the New York Knicks bench rotation is you feel kind of small. You got Campaign 6 foot, Deuce McBride 6'1", 6'2", Landry Shamet 6'4", 6'5". You got 3 guys under 6'6" coming off the bench, and you got Precious Achiuwa as your big man. You don't have anyone off the bench bigger than 6'9", and you just feel kind of small. And that is why I still think another move is coming down the pipeline for the New York Knicks. Whether that's Precious Achiuwa being traded, whether that's Mitchell Robinson being traded, whether that's Precious and Mitch being combined to have $21 million in outgoing salary to add multiple players, I think another move is up the sleeve of Leon Rose in the Knicks front office. I just don't think that you can sustain running an 8-man rotation all year long. In the playoffs, sure, we know Tibbs is going to do Tibbs. But it's December, and you probably don't ever want to have a stat about you that says you've played the least amount of bench minutes in 20-something plus years in the NBA. What do you think? Do the Knicks need to make another trade? What do you think? Type Y for yes, type N for no. I want to hear from you in the comment section. And make sure you are following me on social media. I'm on Twitter. I'm on IG @MarshallGreen_.